To the campus scene, here we are at the Matt House on Mercer. We welcome everybody to our stream here on WBGU Sports Flex. Thank you so much for joining us on rivalry hockey for this Saturday night at the Slater Family Ice Arena. We got Bowling Green and Findlay. I'm Dan Radnauer, joined alongside Vaughn Olam, and here we are, Vaughn, another broadcast in another day for what could be the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, you know it, and this one's going to be a fun one, no doubt. These are two teams that, honestly, just really don't like each other. These are two schools that are happy to go at it, happy to always come out, play a physical game, and just play good NHC rivalry. And that's exactly what we need here today. You got a lot of fans in the house. This is the energy that we want out of any hockey game any day.
Absolutely. You already know what's at stake here. I mean, you look at the last time you go to the Cube, Bowling Green left with a bitter taste in their mouth after that shootout and looking for revenge here, especially on a day like Youth Hockey Day. I mean, you look at them, it's a whiteout for the student section. We're going to have a surprise after the first goal. But Findlay, they brought the crowd too, taking that trip up of I-75 from the Cube and bringing the action here.
Right, well, as you mentioned, that sour taste in their mouth. Bowling Green came out in that very, very next game. They took down Sylvania Northview, a very, very big upset at their own home barn. I believe Bowling Green can really come out here and really show Findlay that they are frustrated with how they performed in that first one. As you mentioned, a shootout loss. I believe Bowling Green comes out in this one and plays a really physical and hard-fought game.
They really will, and we're going to look forward to that indeed. Findlay definitely bringing the noise. They got some boom whackers over there, but Bowling Green in the all white trying to make it look like Penn State. But here we are. We're going to be right back in just a moment, looking forward to what is up ahead, so don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for joining us. You are watching Bowling Green Findlay on WBGU Sports Flex. here we are at the Madhouse on Mercer, WBGU Sports Flex. I'm Dan Radnauer, joined alongside Vaughn Olam, and here we go. A rivalry as old as time. Only 20 miles separate these two schools, but tonight they will be in Bowling Green, Ohio to battle for this one.
This is going to be as fun as it gets. As we mentioned, you got the boom whackers over there for the Findlay crowd. You got the squad in all white being repped out there on the far side boards. I mean, this is just going to be electric, and there's no way around that. Always a fun rink, open ice. We're looking for some physicality. We're looking for some quick movement out of Bowling Green and Findlay, just looking to repeat their success as how they did back home.
Well, and you look at it, Bowling Green bringing the whiteout crowd. They'll get a surprise after the Bobcat first goal. Bowling Green will be in their all-white throwbacks. We will have the away blues for Findlay.
Yeah, for Findlay, you're gonna see once again Brett Flanagan, who had an honestly great game when he came here last, and he's gonna be your starting netminder in for Findlay. We're looking for a good game out of him, and then Kellen Archer on the other side. It's gonna be a great goaltending matchup, no matter what.
So Cramp to go against Somerville for the draw right on the Falcon, and we're off on this one. Going off to behind for Findlay's defense, that's going to be played by Giroux. Looking for somewhere to go, it goes out to center, and then by Meyer. Trying to find somewhere to go, heading right back, will that puck go, and that's going to be played by Somerville, and a break for Findlay, and a save by Archer. That's going the other way now for Bowling Green. Back to the neutral zone, the puck goes. Giroux had it for just a second as the puck goes out of play.
That's exactly what we want to see early there out of Draven Wilson, the 6'2 forward, standing 200 pounds. He's already coming in, the big man, trying to make something happen, but a phenomenal quick kick save by Kellen Archer, and this is still scoreless. Don't worry, we're only 22 seconds into this one.
As Cramp will go against Somerville. The draw goes back. Findlay going to clear it in as now Cash Wisniewski's going to have to chase it against Wilson for the puck in the corner. Goes up, kept in the zone for Findlay as Wilson there had a bit of a pass from Archer. A knockdown in front of Bowling Green, wide open, saved by Archer!
Perfect butterfly save exactly when you needed it. Somerville was set up perfectly into the slot, tried to sneak it between the legs, but Kellen Archer all over it, and he's already coming up with some big stops early, as you can see on the replay.
So this one goes and then back. Two big saves already for Kellen Archer. As we get set for another face-off draw here, Jared Clark will take it for Findlay, going against Colby Joseph. One back for the Trojans and then taken right back to the corner. As that one kept right in front. Ernsthazen has to make a play after he got that one from Chatfield as it goes again to the corner. The battle continues onward, though, still in Bowling Green's defensive territory. Findlay trying to get this one on net again. Ernsthazen getting the clear. Tried to go to Colby Joseph, the puck to the corner. Right in front, saved by Archer. The net will stay intact and will continue on with 2-on-2 right by what is the BGSU student section normally, as Bowling Green will be on the other side. So it goes. The puck trying to go back along. Ernsthazen's going to have to chase that one back. He's going against Wolin for the puck. It goes along now. Still stayed in the zone. Bowling Green's defense trying to chase that one back. Another draw going. Bowling Green with Bernath trying to get that one back, but not quite, so we'll continue onward. Ethan Giroux was the one there, but we get a play going. Bernath on and stick. He gets knocked in front of Findlay. Keeps it on. The shot goes wide over, and now it looks like Kerwin's going to try to get a draw going for Findlay, and then it goes on to the other side.
Already a heck of a lot of physicality out of Findlay earlier, seeing a lot of open ice hits. Specifically, however, along the boards, you're getting a lot of crunching, and you can tell early that Findlay's fan section is loving it.
Wilson going to get that one back, trying to go past Chatfield. He will. The shot right on Archer, and the save is made, so it continues on. Wilson has to pass it back up, though. Nolan Wenger on a rush. Tries to get the stick out of Giroux, but can't do it. As it continues on, Bowling Green goes to Wenger. Still right now back at the Falcon. We're going to be at center ice. Wenger gets it on the right side. He's got Cramp with him. The shot on net wide to the right. Still going in front for Wenger as that one's knocked right back and behind. And we'll have a broken stick as it looks like Chatfield will have to head back to the bench. Going up to Wisniewski. The shot. Save going to be right made on net there by Flanagan. As it goes again to the corner, trying to get this one back. Puck loose in front. Knocked right back and away for Wisniewski as he'll have it and goes over to the right side. Continuing onward now will be Winger. Looking for somewhere to go, but he's got nobody. It's finally picked up, though. However, he's going to get Joseph on his stick. And then Flanagan to make the save. And the chaos is over.
Listen, guys, I just got a loud environment warning on my Apple Watch right now. Everything is loud out here. This is crazy. You're already seeing a lot of back and forth. You saw Findlay in the very, very first minutes getting their good shots on goal. And now Bowling Green is like, wait a minute, this is our home ice. They're taking it now to Flanagan. And this is going to be great back and forth action early on in this first frame of 17 minutes.
As play resumes, only 3 minutes into it, and it has been as electrifying as we had imagined. So Joseph will step in for Bowling Green. Looks like on the other end, he's going to go against Jaron Clark for that one. Wisniewski to get the fall back. The shot on net. Loose puck over to the right as that'll be picked up by Colby Joseph. He's forced to take it over to the corner behind the net as they'll be playing back for it again. Bowling Green, though, to have it on their possession. Going to go right back up to Wisniewski and then low. Looking for some more options. In front is Loomis, not quite. As now Findlay will get a breakout for it in Fletchner. As Fletchner has it, still looking for some room. BG able to get it out in front, and the puck will be iced away. And that's just to the left of Slater, or excuse me, of Archer. So we're going on the other end.
Almost just avoiding an icing that time as it almost went on net, but unfortunately not the case. Findlay now playing full defense. They have been pushed back into their side. They've been pushed deep and playing defense throughout these last couple of minutes. This is going to be really interesting. You got your fan section right next to you cheering you on. We're going to see how long it'll take for them to try to get something going in transition the other way.
Right in front of the Findlay student section, it's one right back and then taken to the corner again by Hunter. As this one continues back along, Joseph going against Wilson for it. He's got double team though in the Trojan. As it continues on though, Joseph looking, goes far ice, trying to find it, the shot on net, and that's blocked. Findlay going to regain the possession as now the rush will begin for Somerville. As he's going to choose just to dump that puck in, we'll go on the other end and then take it right to the corner. That's going to be D'Alberto as he's knocked down by Joseph.
Man, that was a tough one. I mean, it kind of went up high on him too, but now Nolan Winger has it the other way. Not much to think about.
Drops it back to Chatfield in front. The shot wide to the left. That was the closest you'll see. As Findlay will get saved to that one. Wide to the left. That was the shot from Hayden Joseph. As now BG is going to have to head the other length of the ice. So it continues on. Winger almost got that, but will lose it. Gets it back again. As Winger has it, goes to the center, then back to the right, trying to find it through. He finds the opening. Nolan Winger still fighting for it. The play is going to get broken up, and now the puck will go back out to Chatfield. He tries to get it on net, and then it goes to the other side, and the breakout begins. Maxey going to try to knock it away from Bowling Green, but that'll go out of both of their possession as it heads back to the corner. Trying to battle Chatfield, that'll be Giroux. Looks like he still has it on his stick, but it'll be forced up to Kerwin for Findlay's defense, and then forced out to the left side. As it's in front, almost back to knocked away. The hand goes down, and then it's kept in the zone. That's going to be that number 15 of Ryan Moss. As Chatfield has it for Bowling Green, trying to win that one back, and it'll go on the left side, and then one right through again by Maxey. Maxey going to try to take it in the zone, uses his feet, tries to get it past, loses possession, but it goes to the corner. Cohen Long going to chase right back in there as well. The play still continuing on. Long going to go against Kerwin, trying to get the puck. It goes up to Wisniewski right on the point, wraps that one around in, as now it'll be on the defensive side of Jackson Martin. So Kerwin to have it. Looking to break that puck out, and she will. No icing either as that one gets past Wisniewski, as the breakout will begin a little more further in depth for Bowling Green. As this one goes, Wisniewski right at the center logo. He gets stripped up. We'll see our first penalty today. A delayed penalty coming up, and Bowling Green's on the power play.
I mean, that's what you're going to get early on due to the fact that Wisniewski just really wanted to break it out all by himself. More so a defenseman trying to come out and create an offensive opportunity, and it just caught that time number 24, Luis Berardino, off guard, and there you go. It's now going to be 5-on-4 ice hockey for the next 2 minutes.
And what a huge change in momentum for Bowling Green, as now Nolan Winger is going to be the man at center. The Bobcats laying up one defenseman. They're going to have a right winger, and then they're going to pinch up a defenseman on that left side. Looks like Bernath and Loomis will be there as they put Joseph on the right wing. Winger falls back. The shot on net is taken back away by Wilson, and we're going to be falling and backtracking as that goes for Winger on his possession. Back to Wisniewski, however, though, behind the net, going to choose to hold on to it. The ice really getting stretched open by Bowling Green as Findlay playing one up and Wilson and then three back. As Joseph skates that one up, chooses to pass it right before the line, keeping that one in. Nobody on Wisniewski on the near side, and now he's going to take it in. His shot, though, is blocked. Goes to the Findlay student section, and that is one back and through. Behind the net, though, the shot going up. Looks like it waits. Joseph had an opportunity. Wilson going to hold on to that set opportunity, and then Winger's going to try to be there on the far side looking for the pass, but you got London Bernath behind as it goes along now. Wisniewski waits. The short pass to Winger, and then back to Wisniewski again. That one goes up for Joseph. He'll go to Winger. Still waiting for some options. That one across. The pass by Winger heads to the neutral zone.
Listen, I mean, they were setting up well in those last couple of seconds there. They were making good passes. They were making the lanes open up, but just a little miscommunication, and we head out in between the blue lines.
As Hayden Joseph takes that one back to the corner against Matt Garcher, waiting for some options ahead. That one going to Cash Wisniewski. Wisniewski going to go up to Winger. In front, scores! Bowling Green! London Bernath! Here come the Teddy Bears!
Well, there you go, a beautiful tip right on in. That's exactly what Bowling Green needed. Honestly, if Findlay could have killed that off, it would have been great momentum for them to come out. But for Bowling Green, it's exactly what they needed to come on in and get the Teddy Bears flying.
These Teddy Bears, a little more special, raising money for charity and doing all the good things on this Youth Hockey Day. As a great cause for that one, and we're going to have to clean this up, but a power play goal by London Bernath gets the score first for Bowling Green.
Yeah, and that last game that we commentated, London Bernath also had a phenomenal game that time around. Him and Winger each getting multiple, and so for Bernath to get, honestly, the very, very first goal of this game and to have it mean this much, obviously, as you're seeing the Teddy Bears continue to come on out, I mean, this is just a big deal with 9:44 left to go in the first. Still plenty of hockey to come, but as we slow things down, just a good look by London Bernath.
Well, and you talk about the scoring, Vaughn, and what it means exactly. The last 4 games Bowling Green has won. You talk about those 2 games they played up in your territory at Cleveland, and then you talk about the St. John's game, averaging 7 goals a game, outscored their opponents 28-7 in those last 4, and 2 of the goals we saw in that victory against St. John's coming from Bernath.
Right, well, of course, you got that big-time victory over St. John's just a couple of days back. Of course, it was a 10-3 final there, but you also do have, as you mentioned, big-time wins out of harder teams like Walsh Jesuit, where they were able to put up 5, which, no, that's not exactly 10, but those are big-time defenses there in the GLHL back in as you mentioned, my home territory back in Cleveland. The fact that they're able to put up goals no matter who they're going up against, it's a big-time deal, and we'll see if they're able to tack on plenty more as this game, as I mentioned before, is still very much in its youth.
The entire Bowling Green bench has been put to work to clean up the Bears, and it looks like they will do so. Findlay will head back onto the ice. 9 minutes and 44 seconds remain in the period. 37 seconds had remained on the Diabernodano penalty, but that will be voided after the Bernath power play goal.
Right, well, as you mentioned, even though this might have been a little extra work for the benches, even if they take a penalty, though, they're going to have a great time with all the Teddy Bears there in the penalty boxes. Maybe they can have a good old nap for their next 2 minutes if they're to take a penalty.
And a tough shift of energy as going in was, it looked like that was Jaron Clark, and then some of his line mates just going up for the forwards, caught offside, and then a little bit of a shove afterward on Clark. And a tough way to start it for the new play of Findlay.
Yeah, Findlay now needs to come in. They need to just take that as a little mishap. Of course, you have a power play goal coming against you. Now they need to just regroup. They understand that this is a team they can beat, even though they're down by 1. We'll see how they play this for the next couple of minutes.
It goes back for Findlay, then to the corner. That's going to force Flanagan out of his crease to play that. Kerwin going to go against Loomis, as then Bernath will be the one to get the loose puck away. Here comes Findlay now on our far side near the Bowling Green student section. That one to be dumped in by Fletchner, and then it goes on the other side, and Stazen's going to try to clear that one away. He had Colby Joseph there for him, not quite able to find it. Here comes Carter Chatfield now looking for the breakout pass, and it looks like that'll be iced away. Loomis not there to tip it as Kerwin tried to get that for Findlay to kind of bring it back in.
Yeah, Fletchner really building something there for Findlay. He really is sick of all of these teddy bears flying. He says, listen, let's get back to this high school hockey. Let's get back to this rivalry hockey. So he comes out here. He tries to build something, just unfortunately unable to get a pass through onto the opposite side corner.
As we roll along, the play begins and goes back. Findlay going to look for something here as that goes for Chatfield, who tries to find somewhere to have it. He gets back on side as now the rush begins. Cramp tried to get a shot. His shot, though, blocked. The 17-on-17 looks like Marshall's able to get there for the Trojans, and then it goes back in as that puck will be dumped away. Bowling Green going to start their own breakout. Wisniewski with Ernstazen, the defensive pair. Ernstazen forced on the far side, but Wilson will keep it in for Findlay, going right back and away. Continuing onward, though, this one will be found and then kept through by Joseph. As Winger looking for something. The puck's taken away from him as now it goes for Wilson, trying to find some opening, and he'll do it. But there goes Winger. We're over to the Falcon right there on Joseph, as then Cramp will get it on the right side, trying to go somewhere, as now Winger will be to the corner right by Findlay's student section. A little bit of a 1-on-2, one going in for Findlay. That's Jaron Clark, and they're going to roll an icing, as it looks like Wisniewski was able to get there before him.
Right now you got the Bowling Green coaches frustrated at something, and it looks like maybe a cheap shot was taken right in front of the Findlay bench. I believe that's Nolan Winger who went down.
That is Winger. Coach Rogo not too happy about it for Bowling Green, but you know, it just seems like Winger gets targeted no matter what team he plays against. I mean, just getting the 200 points like his brother at the Huntington Center, and every team that plays him knows he's a threat, and they got to try to shut him down.
Truly, I mean, he's just a different kind of presence out there on the ice. He's got quickness, but he doesn't got exactly the size of some of these guys, so he comes out there and he plays his best and he plays hard hockey, but as you can tell, of course, with that cheap shot right in front of the Findlay bench, this is just kind of the game that Findlay wants to play against Winger.
Well, he can do everything indeed, but it looks like either way we're going to have a new play going. It'll be right by Findlay's student section as they're going to take Winger out. He's got some words for Wilson, as it looks like the extracurriculars will continue.
Yeah, this is exactly kind of what we expect out of an NHC rivalry contest. This is what Nolan Winger wants now. As you see out of Bowling Green's many players, of course Winger, of course even Kellen Archer, you see that they love to just feel the emotions of these big-time NHC games. Winger's not going to let a cheap shot come at him. He's going to come back at them with a little bit of a verbal warning.
Well, the chit-chat continues as now he's talking to the referee, says something with his head, which, I mean, if you know you get a hit to the head in any aspect of the game, that's automatically a 5, so looks like here no call, however.
Right, I mean, we did see a hit earlier back in Kellen Archer's north side of the ice. We did see a hit back into the near side corner of that side. We didn't get a call, so maybe they're just not exactly going to call this here, and they did. The referees know what they're getting themselves into. They know that they're coming in here and they're going to call a physical game, and it's maybe even going to be a little bit of a dirty game. We'll see how this continues. We're only about 9 minutes into this one.
Well, Bowling Green trying to freeze Findlay with a second goal. The shot, though, right off of Flanagan. A couple knocked in front. The puck still continuing on. In front. Scores!
Waving it off.
And that's waved off on Winger. And he's confused as all get out.
Looks like the net went out of place. The far side post just went out. The referee, you could hear him blow his whistle just as that one came into the top left corner. An unfortunate look there for the Bobcats.
And what could have been a momentum shift, I mean, you see that right in front on Flanagan. A couple get knocked down. Winger finds the loose puck and tries to take it away. But it looks like that won't be the case, and we're just going to have to try again. as it goes back. Findlay trying to wrap that one around, and they will, but it's kept right on in for Bowling Green. Winger behind the net looking for some room. Not able to find it. Findlay wins that one right back, and then we'll try to wrap it away again as that's Mac Archer on it, and then it continues onward. So to the corner, this puck will go. Findlay looking for some options there in the corner. Winger going to try to make a hit. Hayden Giroux, the one there. Wisniewski to keep it in just for a second, and then that's going to be chased back to a far corner. Looks like Jake Hunter there with the puck. Hunter breaks it out. Able to be tipped right there as that was going along for Bowling Green. I believe that was going for Cramp, as then Loomis going to try to go away for it again. Wisniewski going to be chasing this one in with Ethan Giroux right in front of the referee. Now in front of BG student section. The Bobcats has a broken stick there, will go away.
Yeah, Findlay needs to slow things down. Right now you can see Mac Archer, who hopped off just a moment ago, taking one back in the neutral zone, and there you got a little bit of a cheap shot in front of the BG bench.
And the Bobcats not too happy about what's going on, and looks like Colby Joseph, though, is going to be getting a rush against Ryan Moss. Moss going to try to go. Intercepted. Another big hit as that one goes right on in. Hayden Joseph has had enough. As Cash Wisniewski has it. Tries to get it to Colby Joseph right at the Falcon, but it goes right and along. Joseph went behind his stick as that one goes, and then Loomis was there for the support. Going no will be Joseph. Intercepted by Bernath, and now a long pass back to Kerwin. As Kerwin chooses to rushes it. Going against Joseph for it, and now Chatfield going to try to get it behind. Kerwin going to the corner. That will be Greenawalt. Kerwin there, keeps it in. Archer the save. As this one continues along, a little bit of a hit from Greenawalt. Bowling Green going to try to break this one out, and now they get a rush going. It continues along. In front is Bernath, who now will look for it. Loses it past, and now Findlay's going to have a rush of their own, but it'll get shoved before they can do it. As off the skate of Greenawalt, that one goes. Loomis has it at center ice. Bernath wins it back. He's going in front, waiting, keeps his options, loses the puck, and then one right back, though, for Findlay. That's Roland. So the play continues onward and goes to the corner as we'll continue along here.
Yeah, right now, Findlay really struggling to get any sustained pressure past the neutral zone. They really cannot get these passes to connect past the defense set up in the BG side.
Scores! Roland Winger! That one going, and Nolan Winger going to freeze Findlay on that one, and really just gets it in and then takes it away.
Truly, I mean, you could tell by our commentary, you could tell by Flanagan's reaction, no one really expected that to go the way it did. He just popped that one right through between the legs, and through the 5-hole it goes, and it's now, in the blink of an eye, a 2-0 game.
And you know, in situations like this where your opponent's kind of cheap shotting you, not doing what you like, that's the best way to respond, is just put a couple in the net. And now you'll be back for another one. BG up 2 as we're around 5 minutes left in the first period.
Yeah, already a great look for Bowling Green coming into this one. They lost that first matchup against Findlay back in Findlay's home territory, 1-1 in a shootout. So already getting more goals is a big deal.
Wilson's had enough. He goes in. Saved by Archer. As it goes in again. Findlay going to try to get the rush going. Hayden Giroux trying to go cross ice. The shot in front, still holding on. Wilson going to keep pushing, but it looks like a save by Archer will be the result.
Yeah, Mac Archer, however, for Findlay, he's honestly done a very good job at putting some shots on and getting the puck into the zone. I'm not surprised he pulled the trigger that time, because as you mentioned, these Trojans have really had enough.
So we'll continue on and wait to see what is next. But either way, and so here we'll go. You talk about big game players for Bowling Green, and now London Bernath will have it. He got a big goal, a game winner against Findlay a couple years back, and now he'll have it on his stick. A 2-on-1 with Colby Joseph. Bernath is in, puck is up, gets knocked over, and then that one heading back to the corner, and this will roll right back and along again as we continue along. The shot by Chatfield in front as that'll head on to the corner and goes for Joseph.
Yeah, that 2-on-2 battle, Findlay came out with it, and now it looks like they can build a rush the other way.
As this one goes along, trying to get somewhere in front. That was Jaron Clark. He had 2 right on him. As this one goes for Bernath, trying to bank that one off and away to Joseph. Bernath will have it though. He's got some pressure on the 9-on-9. He's able to get past Clark and then gets it to the corner. As Chatfield has it high, off the skate though. Led into the zone though. Hatch just let it fall back to the neutral zone, and now a rush going for Findlay. As it goes along, in front's Wilson, behind the back, the net is off and the save is made by Archer.
Unbelievable. He tried to go between the legs to try to finish that one off. Draven Wilson just a little bit too fancy that time. Kellen Archer said, I don't need all your shenanigans. I'm going to keep this one out of my crease.
And that's crazy too. The second situation we've seen this game where the net has fallen off prematurely, but you know, you talk about those corners, especially more on the south side of the slate. It's just really flimsy with the net.
Wow, if he had just moved that just a couple inches to the left, he would have had a goal, and really the niftiest goal that we've seen in a while.
Nolan Winger has it on the left side, tries to get it in as he'll head right on against Hayden Giroux for the puck, and it continues on. Winger in front, as that was close by Joseph, almost got the pass, as it looks like the puck will go out of play.
Man, oh man, great opportunities here for this first line once again as Winger, Joseph, and Cramp all trying to connect into the back of this net. Right now, Flanagan clearly kind of out of it with only 3:38 left to go in this one. Flanagan just needs to settle things down and do the small things right now.
And what's crazy, Vaughn, is that's just such a, deadly forward line you have out there, and then you look a little bit more in depth at the defense, and you're going to have Martin right out there with Wisniewski too, that you definitely can count on.
Honestly, that's just pretty scary if you're going out there in blue. That's not exactly the 5 that you want to face.
As it goes along and continues, that'll be Jaron Clark who tries to get it in, drops it right back though is Giroux, and then it's fallen again. Giroux tries to get it on. Block shot, that's to the neutral zone as BG will get some traction going their own way. Looks like Cramp's going to try to get a pass out, and the crowd just gets louder. Kerwin has it, gives it up, going along, right in front to the corner. Cramp looked the opposite way, not able to get the pass from Joseph, but either way, now Findlay's going to have a rush of their own. D'Abernardano has to beat Wisniewski. Loses the puck and goes after the body as D'Abernardano and Wisniewski, but Wilson will be there. Gets past him, and Winger's going to drop it right back out to Joseph, and then back to Winger again. He'll go right by the Wood County Hospital sign.
Yeah, and here you can see Winger might have taken a hit that time if he didn't quickly retreat back off as he brought that one in. That was going to be a tough hit if Findlay keeps this going and they keep playing this physical game. We'll see if that'll just really tire out this BG squad. They're only up 2. That's not anything crazy.
As it goes back, and then Mac Archer going to have to go cross ice, then that puck's going to be played in by Archer, and then behind the net it goes. Joseph has it on his stick. Cross ice to Colby. Loses it as he was blindsided. That's going to be a hit to get Findlay going. Behind the net, that's played by Flanagan, and then Loomis going to try to get in there for Bowling Green. Wilson going to have it right by his own student section. Ernsthazen to keep it in, though, for the Bobcats.
See, this is what we're talking about right now. Just needing to do everything right. Flanagan just covering up this one, playing it safe. He just wants to go into this locker room with a 2-goal game, unless his team can honestly put up something before this time expires and we have to head over to the locker room. But yeah, only 2 minutes left to go. Fletchner doing exactly what he needs to do. He's just doing the small things. He's playing it right, and he's playing it safe as we get a face-off over to his right side.
So it rolls along to the corner. Cohen Long to take the face-off. So it looks like here, he's going to go against that number 38 of Jackson Biggs, and it goes behind Ernsthazen, going to be the one to chase it away. Goes by his own student section for just a moment. Bank pass will go out. So it looks like Maxey tried to get in there with Fox. As Long going to be the one to chase after it. Continues to go as Maxey will be there as well. And then it goes. As the fight continues, Maxey going to take it to the corner. Dumps it away a little too far, as that one not going to be able to be played by Flanagan. Kept in though, however, for BG, that's Ernsthazen, and now it continues along. Chatfield and Ersazan holding the blue line. It looks like Chatfield will be able to do so as the puck will fall out of play.
Ersazan and Chatfield really doing a great job to this point, keeping up at the points, keeping the sustained pressure inside of the O-zone. And right now, with only 72 seconds left, we'll see if BG can honestly put another up onto the board before they head to the locker room, and that'd be a real killer for Findlay.
As we'll wait for it here, 72 seconds remain in the period. Flanagan gonna have to play like the 72 on Florida. As we go along, Nolan Winger taking the face-off. He's gonna be battling there and against Colin Somerville. As it goes behind, gonna be kept in the zone by Wisniewski and then dumped right back in. A little bit high, but that one going along for D'O'Donoghue, who has it low. Less than a minute to go as Wilson's going to try to look for the breakout pass and then finds it and will continue along here, and that's going to be an icing.
Could have been a great opportunity that time for the alternate captain, Colin Somerville, just trying to build a breakout and maybe even a breakaway if he can get free of that. But just unfortunate for him with 53 seconds, they roll that in icing, and rightfully so.
And so the energy, though, here, impeccable. You can already feel it as what this game means and everything that's going on, but it falls right back, right in front. A little bit of a loose puck in front, trying to be played by the Bobcats. Taken away by Findlay. Looks like that'll be cleared out by Tia Garden, and then still kept in, though, however. So you'll fight for it and continue on. D'O'Donoghue was there with Winger. D'O'Donoghue gets it back, gets the pass to Wilson, and that will be headed back by Wisniewski. He's going to be the man in charge for that. Wyatt's in the neutral zone. Far place, goes for Wilson to the corner past Wisniewski as he'll use his body to try to block that, but Wilson will keep it on his stick. Looking for somewhere else to go. That's going to find the number 7 of Archer. Archer, his shot going to be high and out, so we'll have to roll back along. 10 seconds remaining in the first period. It looks like Findlay here is running out of time. As Joseph has it behind the net. Going to choose to clear this one out and conclude the period, as that will be all. An intense 17 minutes of hockey.
Honestly, big physicality out of Findlay to start things off. They came out swinging. They came out pushing and shoving, but it was Bowling Green. After those first 3 to 4 minutes of Findlay's momentum, Bowling Green said, wait a minute, this is our home. We'll come out here. We'll score 2 goals courtesy of Bernath and Winger.
And so there you have it. You look at the score. It's 2-0. Thank you to Nolan Winger and London Bernath. You'll be hearing those names quite a bit as we continue back along, and what a period that was. Bowling Green to outshoot the Trojans 13-8, and we're going to be right back just with that, so stick around. You are watching Bowling Green and Findlay on WBGU Sports Flex.
It's everyone's favorite game.
Sorry to interrupt you. Dude, that's my guy. I'm on it.
Yeah, we're good.
So, everybody's ready. We'll check the count. 3, 2,
We create public good through our graduates who lead and our collective pursuit of impact in Ohio and beyond. Founded in the Midwest, we never shy away from hard work. We embrace our responsibility to do good. We're proud to have state in our name. It's who we are, always striving forward. Always a public university, always for the public good.
A bold approach to engineering. At Bowling Green State University, our engineering degrees fuse the science of traditional engineering with technology and hands-on skills. This combination is what employers are looking for in the up-and-coming fields of robotics, advanced manufacturing, and systems engineering. It's why our graduates find jobs and why BGSU stands out. Don't just get a degree, secure your future at BGSU.
There's a reason Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in Ohio for student experience. Our in-demand degrees and life design program prepare students for their first career and their next. With an unparalleled support system at a national research university, BGSU offers an unrivaled experience, all on a vibrant campus in one of America's best college towns. It's also why Bowling Green State University is the #1 school in the Midwest that students would choose again for the 4th year in a row.
Alrighty, welcome back into the Slater Family Ice Arena. What we got for you here are the replay highlights as we get into it. It was a tough look for Findlay, but not all throughout the period. They started out really in control.
They sure did. I mean, you look at that, it was really just a physical game. Wilson there trying to get it in and then finds it past Archer, but Joseph clears it. And that was really just the name of the game as they try to go to Wilson or they try to go someone like Giroux to get that in on Archer, but it was still the Nolan Winger and London Bernath show. He kept getting attempts and they just kept being relentless.
Right, a couple of big saves early on from both Archer and Flanagan to start things off, but as you can see there, a couple of big hits, especially on Nolan Winger and that first line. We also saw a cheap shot on Joseph, even though he kind of threw up a high hit there.
Well, and still again, though, Wisniewski was able to move the puck well. We saw our first penalty of the game. That resulted in none other than a London Bernath goal as he just was able to find the back of it there, a little clear out. As Winger tried to get that one in there again, they claimed the net went off. As you see there, Flanagan's foot barely hitting it. But then he got one there nonetheless, just found it quick into the zone and got it past Flanagan. It is 2-0 Bowling Green because of it.
Yeah, a 2-point period there for Nolan Winger, 1 goal, 1 assist. We almost saw 2 goals for him, but as you mentioned, goal called back. We were shocked by this goal. It kind of came out of nowhere as he centered himself. Really the only guy attacking. He was up against 3 Findlay Trojans out in front of him. He just popped that one through between the 5-hole, and he made it happen for the 2-0 score. This was a crazy play out of Draven Wilson. He came into the slot too on what was just basically a breakaway. He came in, tried a shot between the legs, just couldn't get anything going. So as we mentioned, still a 2-0 affair.
That's absolutely right. You see Archer tried to get that one away, but just fell ever so short. So that's where we are right now. 2-0 for Bowling Green, and I mean beyond that, this is a big game for Bowling Green. They brought the whiteout crowd. You see Findlay there has brought the boom whackers and everything, but I mean beyond that, let's take a look at it. What else have you seen so far, Vaughn?
I've just mainly seen a physical, good start out of Findlay. We saw the blue jerseys crushing these white jerseys up along the boards, whether it be near side, open ice, along any sort of boards, anywhere on the ice. Findlay was mainly making their physical presence known, and then you saw Bowling Green had more of a switch just flip, and they came out and they started having these passes connect. They didn't let the hits scare them. They came out, connected where they needed to. The chemistry really shone throughout that first period.
The chemistry sure was there, Vaughn, absolutely, as we're going to get set here around a few minutes to go until we get set right back into it. But we thank you all so much for watching here on SportsFlex, everything just for that first period, and we know we got a lot more up ahead. Vaughn going to be taking play-by-play for the following period, but don't go anywhere. We appreciate you all tuning in. So you are watching Findlay Bowling Green on WBGU SportsFlex.
At Bowling Green State University, we're a public university for the public good. A nationally ranked research university, we create public good through our graduates who lead and our collective pursuit of impact in Ohio and beyond. Founded in the Midwest, we never shy away from hard work. We embrace our responsibility to do good. We're proud to have state in our name. It's who we are, always striving forward. Always a public university, always for the public good.
A bold approach to engineering. At Bowling Green State University, our engineering degrees fuse the science of traditional engineering with technology and hands-on skills. This combination is what employers are looking for in the up-and-coming fields of robotics, advanced manufacturing, and systems engineering. It's why our graduates find jobs and why BGSU stands out. Don't just get a degree, secure your future at BGSU.
There's a reason Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in Ohio for student experience. Our in-demand degrees and life design program prepare students for their first career and their next. With an unparalleled support system at a national research university, BGSU offers an unrivaled experience, all on a vibrant campus in one of America's best college towns. It's also why Bowling Green State University is the #1 school in the Midwest that students would choose again for the 4th year in a row.
And welcome back, everybody, here to the WBGU Sports Flex cast here of Bowling Green and Findlay. We got a good one for you. Bowling Green leading this one as we start things off for the middle frame of 17 minutes. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum, joined alongside me, Dan Ridenauer, and we are off as this one's going to go to Hayden Joseph. Joseph's going to try to rip it that time as Cramp tried to get a tip to go through. Winger out there as well to start things off. Forward three out for the men in white. That's the Bowling Green Bobcats as it looks like a man down early here for said Bobcats.
And they're going to have to get Megan, the trainer, out here as the crowd not happy at the referee. But yeah, you just see there's Flanagan sitting down. He's got Wilson with him, but either way, this isn't going to be good for Bowling Green.
Yeah, no, especially as a defenseman, you can't have your defense take a hit right now. Especially when you're just trying to keep this lead sustained. To lose a guy this early on in the second period, that's not exactly a fun scene to look at. Referees, I don't believe, going to call anything here, however, though the coach is going to talk to the referees now.
Well, Bowling Green is running 5 defensemen, and Coach Rogowski not happy about this one either, but I'm not quite sure what's going on, Vaughn. There's just a lot of battle. He's going to stand up. I mean, you look like here, yeah, you just get a bit of a head contact right in by Jake Hunter. And they haven't called anything on him yet.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that replay. It didn't exactly seem like any big-time injury would come out of that, but you just never know in these kinds of games. Just one wrong little piece of contact, and honestly, it can be a big deal. And so, yeah, as you mentioned, Jake Hunter now up onto his feet, up there at the far side point of the Findlay zone. And he's going to get some assistance as he's going to skate his way off.
This one not going to be easy for Hunter, but with the assistance of Chatfield and Wisniewski, he will find the strength to do so.
Yeah, that's a tough guy to lose right now. 16:43 left to go in the second period. We're only 17 seconds into this, but a big-time loss earlier on. And so it's now going to be, it looks like Martin and Wisniewski to be the two on defense. We're still going to get that first line out for Bowling Green on offense. Face-off going to come out into the neutral zone. It's going to be that face-off dot on the far side. It's going to be Wilson up against Winger for that draw. Referee waits, and now he'll release it, and this one going to be one back into Wisniewski's stick, and he will dump this one on in. Gavin Crimp taking over. He's bumped off the play this time by number 15, Ryan Moss. Here, along the blue line, it'll be kept there for just an extra second. Crimp taking it in. Now Nolan Winger up against Clark will win the race there. Crimp taking over into the far side corner. Now Winger looking to go cross slot on the pass, trying to connect with the alternate captain, Joseph. Now here the pass for Martin will go awry and clear all the way out. Here a bank pass off the far side boards goes to Cramp. Cramp finding Winger as Winger taking it right back in to the O-zone. Joseph goes back Cramp. Cramp in the slot. He will rip it and now take a hit from behind, that time from Ethan Giroux. On the far point, now this time a whiff from Wisniewski. Taking over here on the far side boards. Findlay's got an opportunity. Here comes the shot and a kick save. Another opportunity here for Draven Wilson. Taking it away was Wisniewski. Wisniewski going to be able to clear this one back outside of the blue line. 15:45 left to go here in the second period. Battle for puck possession here in the neutral zone on the near side boards. Taking over Wisniewski, trying to free that out to Nolan Winger, but instead it goes to the defenseman in blue, and now a pass all the way up to number 38, Jackson Biggs. Just mishandled this one. Findlay going to take the opportunity once again, however, at the red line of center ice to push this one back in. Now back at the red line of center ice. This time taking it over was number 16, Kerwin, and a big hit laid down on Kerwin as he will switch spots on defense with number 7, Mac Archer. Neither team exactly able to push through past the attacking blue line. Here was Newski laying the body that time on DiBerardino. Behind the net, this time going to Martin. Martin with Joseph. Joseph goes down on the far boards. Findlay trying to get whatever momentum they can. You can hear a couple of boom whackers going as the contact was drawn. But now in the far corner, pushed up along the far side boards. Mac Archer tried to lay a hit, but he's the one that had his rear hit the ice. Here on the near side boards, Bernath trying to get that puck onto his stick so he could rip a shot from out wide, but nothing going to go. 14 and a half left to go in the second. And now here a big blast from the blue line. Save made, secondary chance here to Somerville, but this one will go awry. And now he's pushed down onto the ice behind the net of Kellen Archer. Taking this one outside of the zone. Bernath, an extra push and shove back behind the net of Archer, but the play completely on the other side of the ice. Here's a shot from Loomis, stick save from Flanagan. Mac Archer bumped off the play, but still an opportunity to clear this one out. Loomis says no, let's keep it in for an extra second, but then indeed it will be cleared out by number 2, Hayden Giroux. Mac Archer banks it off the near side glass. Getting over to it, here's Chatfield. Chatfield kind of hooked down to the ice. No penalty assessed there, and the Bowling Green fans not exactly happy about it, but we play on. Here along the blue line, the Bowling Green blue line. DiBernardino over to Somerville. Somerville dumps this one through. 13:40 to go in the second. Still a 2-0 game. Right in front of the Findlay section. This one's cleared away. Taking this over, Colby Joseph laying a big time hit right between the benches, and now a lot of pushing and shoving right out in front, but we free out along the far side boards. Just avoiding a hit that time was Bernath. Exiting his crease to play this one is Flanagan, all the way up past Clark. Here comes a shot from the point, not much on it, so it's picked up this time by Ryan Moss. And cleared to the red line of center ice. This one pushed up and all the way down. No icing, as that was just along the red line of center ice. Here's Joseph. Joseph trying to center this over to the freshman Cramp. Cramp unable to rip this one. So back at the point was Newski, trying to find Cramp once again, but once again not going to connect on the pass. Here comes a shot all the way from the point, or Stassen, and now here's a chance for a rebound chance, and it somehow ends up into the back of the net. Winger score!
And you know what, Vaughn? You knew that the Bowling Green forecheck would pay off, and it's going to be number 8 to get a big one here. And I mean, really, in a similar situation you see right there, Bernath was on the other side when he got his goal. You see Winger gets it on the left side this time. That's all it takes. You don't need this ESPN type take it all the way down and score. All you need is a guy in the right place at the right time who's willing to put in the effort, and that is exactly what Nolan Winger is.
Honestly, number 8, almost like Alexander Ovechkin out there, just kind of one of those role-playing guys, and Nolan Winger getting his second already on the night. He had one goal taken back earlier. It was very, very close to this one being a hat trick, but with 12:50 left to go, we will play on as Cramp going to take this one against Somerville in the neutral zone. Somerville winning this one back, and it's moved forward up by Hayden Giroux. Here, more physicality laid on Cramp, and we lose sight of the puck. Looks like it went into the BG bench. And indeed, it'll be the coach tossing this one back over to the referees.
Exactly, that'll be a play by Coach Rogo, but it was actually in the hood of the coach there, but either way, Bowling Green continuing on the forecheck, and really, I don't know if it's just the momentum they gained in the first period or if it's just the crowd, but they really have been heavy on the forecheck so far.
No doubt. Findlay just has not been able to bring it through past that BG blue line here. They're going to try to with Somerville, but even when they do, it's quickly cleared away. Here, Cramp going to touch up here with the high stick. He tried to be a little sneaky with it and wait, but he does indeed touch up past the blue line. That's going to go as a face-off all the way back over to the left side of Kellen Archer.
And how about that, too, just to find where the puck's going and then to send it back on the other end. And, you know, sometimes an icing's just what you need to try to get the play going a little bit, but either way, we're going to be back for it here again on the south side of the slate, and BG could start another breakout and get things going.
It's going to be a big-time face-off, however, for Findlay. If they're able to win this one back and rip a couple of good shots off here in their O-zone attack, we'll find out. So here it goes to number 15, Ryan Moss, trying to rip one early, but it creates a breakaway the other way. Why not? Here it comes on through, and off the backhand, scoring this one, Colby Joseph.
The whiteout is on. Colby Joseph sees the number 9 and the number 8 on the score sheet and says, let's have a number 5, and he'll get goal number 4. Colby Joseph, the hard work pays off for the senior, and how about that? You just keep going and keep fighting, and you know that Flanagan's going to get one up. You just see here, all it takes is to find the right place, right time. Kerwin can't get back, and neither can Fletcher. Just finds the opening on Flanagan and extends the lead.
Really a perfect play on the backhand, and it's now a 4-0 game when it is completely lopsided momentum at this point for the home team and the home crowd having a heck of a lot of fun. 12:19 to go here in the second, as we mentioned, a 4-goal game to the advantage of the Bobcats. Face-off taken over here by the men in blue, trying to move it over to the near side. as Findlay will try to get a breakout and try to keep sustained pressure going. That has been the main issue here for Findlay. It is they have not been able to actually keep it in at the points. It's been quick clearing for the Bobcats as the Bobcats try to do it once again here with Cramp. He's held up though on the boards, but now Joseph will clear this out here to Winger. One out, another breakaway. Here comes Winger, and this one is going to go. Was that off the post?
It was. If that's an inch more to the right, you're going to see hats fall on the ice instead of teddy bears.
Honestly, this has been once again an Olin Winger affair as he is trying to get his third already, and we're not even halfway through this one. 11 and a half to go here in the second period, as taking this one out is going to be Woolham. Woolham looking for the shot and flashing the leather, making the save for the face-off on his own side. That's Kellen Archer.
And how about that play for Archer to get it going and really just, you already have the heavy forecheck. The best thing that you can have on top of that is a goaltender who knows what he's doing, and that is definitely what a guy like Kellen Archer is. I mean, you look at the last 4 games, giving up 7, but as a team, Bowling Green has scored 32. So really, it's been a heavy offensive type of team. I mean, you look at this one, just going in on Flanagan, looking for the options, and yeah, that was right off the post. Winger almost getting that one away.
And here's an opportunity for Giroux as he rips this one very much wide, and up top, it's off the glass behind the net of Archer. Opportunity to clear? No, they'll send this one backwards as they were trying to get Chatfield to clear it, but Chatfield didn't know it was coming his way. So Findlay with an opportunity here, broken stick, or I suppose it just flew out of the hands of Verstazen. Here's a chance right out in front. Kick save, Archer once more. Looks like Findlay will be able to stick with it for an extra second here as it goes to number 3, Meyer. Meyer tried to put something on, but once again, doing just perfect on the clears are the Bobcats.
And that's 100% right. It's just been not only have they gotten the forecheck correct, the goaltending correct, their defense has just stood up, and you're seeing the hard work they're putting in. I mean, you look at guys like Verstazen and Wisniewski. Wisniewski, the captain of this team, is a beyond amazing leader. He's just everything you could ask for and then some. I mean, that's a guy that you got to count on. It's been a Cash Wisniewski day as well, even if his name hasn't showed up on the score sheet.
No doubt, Wisniewski with some great plays. Here a shot right at the point. That time coming from Mac Archer, the 6-foot guy, unable to deliver, however, as Archer wants to make the save. Archer on Archer shot that time, and the netminder winning.
Exactly. Archer's shot just trying to go from the point, and that's what Findlay's got to start doing. We've seen it a little bit, but not quite enough. Utilizing the defensemen when they're up in the offensive zone, because really Bowling Green is playing so heavy down low that the pressure's just getting to the Trojans.
Here Draven Wilson and now moved up, trying to push it through that far side point. Archer, however, keeping it tucked outside of his crease. Opportunity for Bowling Green to get this one away as now it goes to Colby Joseph. And it looks like we're going to have this play blown dead right along that blue line.
That does appear to be the case. We're going to have to wait for a little bit more on that one and then some, but either way, it looks like the play here will continue, but they're just going to be at the neutral zone.
Yeah, the referee was tapping onto his chest. He was saying, that's my fault. I shouldn't have called that one dead. Everyone's kind of confused, and you can hear the coaches are kind of giving it to the referees. They're not happy about this one, nor are any of the fans. Just a confusing little whistle that time around. And now here, this one back to Mac Archer at the red line of center ice. This is wrapped all the way around as Wisniewski, the man we were just talking about moments ago, is pushing this one up on the far side, corner boards. Referee has his skate push off the puck, but now it's taken away. It's going to be a one-on-one rush. Mac Archer in front of him, and this shot will go just wide off to the left side. That time it was Loomis trying to build a rush forward off the left wing. Here in the Bowling Green side, banked off the far boards, past the referee, and this is going to be just onside. No, it's a delayed offsides. Everyone touching up back into the neutral zone as Clark gives it up to the defenseman Archer. Archer off the boards, tries to get this back over to Clark, who was moving it forward, but instead it goes to the other number 9 on the ice, Bernath, who's already got one in this one in the first period. Colby Joseph now off the backhand to the point, and Wisniewski deep over to Bernath. Bernath scores! He gets his second! Perfect accuracy from London Bernath as he shoots that from just about the goal line.
And who would have thunk it to have one player that has 4 goals in 2 games, but 2 of them not only Winger, but now Bernath to add his name, and just really extends the lead here for Findlay. And 3 goals in a single period. And really, it's not even just 1 period. It's been 8 minutes of hockey, and we got plenty of time left.
Yeah, no doubt. Bernath that time, and he's on the second line, keep in mind. So these are 2 different guys that have had multi-goal games. In these back-to-back games, it's been 2 different lines. It's not just one line coming out here and being dominant. They've got some depth to them. So here we go to that first line as they're going to try to put something going. Here's Cramp, and he'll get the save as Flanagan slows things down. He's had enough. It's a 5-0 game, and he's going to keep it that way with just about 9.5 to go in the second.
And what's so tough about hockey, Vaughn, is just the way that a performance, especially in goaltending, can change from day in and day out. I mean, you talk about a guy that you see in net, kind of like Flanagan, but anyway, actually, we're going to have a switch here. We just noticed as Patrick Shively's going to be in net for the Trojans. Must have made a substitution at the second period as he gave one up. That's going to be the number 88, the 6'2 junior, in net for Findlay.
Yeah, Patrick Shively, a big guy, standing there, as you mentioned, 6'2", 230. We'll see if Shively's able to keep this one at a 5-goal game, but already some rough beginnings for his team. Hopefully he's able to get his defense to kind of lock in and give him some assistance as we move forward. 9:05 to go in this second period. It's in the Bowling Green zone. And now back behind the net of Kellen Archer. Pushed forward. Here's Cramp. Cramp taken down. No penalty going to be assessed. Letting it play. That's pretty fair. Here's Nolan Winger at the CCHA logo. Or excuse me, yes, we will have a penalty assessed as Archer comes into the near side bench. And now as this one's touched up by Colin Somerville, we're going to get the play blown dead.
And so I just got word on it, Vaughn. Shively just got put in after the 5th goal. So there you will see Flanagan giving up a performance today of 5 goals, but really just shows how goaltending can shift from day in and day out. I mean, you talk about a guy like him. I mean, you see the performance he had against Perrysburg was just keeping him in the entire game, going all the way to overtime. But either way, we're going to see a situation here. Colin Somerville, his 2nd penalty of the day for Findlay.
Yeah, and this is going to be a very, very different game than what we saw in that first game between the two back at the Cube in Findlay, Ohio. It's going to be, we saw there a Findlay win at 1-1 being a shootout victory. As here Bernath taking this one on the right wing, dropping it back here to Joseph as we get the power play really cooking this time. Winger tried to rip this one, can't get it past Jaron Clark. Now at the point, working it in here was Newski, tried to go cross slot to try to find Bernath, looking for his hat trick if he can find one. Bernath and Winger both out there, both already with 2 goals on this. And now Nolan Winger misplays this one as it's stolen away by Mac Archer. He'll pin it up against the boards, trying to kill some clock. Wilson unable to find it here as it falls to Hayden Joseph. At the point, here's Winger. Winger ripping this one. And a butterfly save made by Shively.
So credit to Shively to get his save of the game. I mean, that's the 2nd shot on goal he's seen so far with a minute 11 to go in the penalty. But what a period it's been at Bowling Green, still holding on to the momentum as this period has flown by compared to the first. But either way, BG has been dominant so far as well in this period.
If Findlay can get the penalty kill here, that would be a big deal specifically for Patrick Shively to just build some confidence as he comes into a tough 5-0 situation. This one's going to be poked out and trying to get that one over to the right side to Ethan Giroux to try to get a breakaway for Findlay, but nothing doing. Here, back to the point. Hayden Joseph centers it onto the CCHA logo, gives it over to Winger. Winger with a 1T. Rebound chance is given up, and now taken down to the ice on his knees, Fletchner, as now Fletchner battling with Giroux to get puck possession back. Giroux, instead of deciding to pull the trigger and send this one away at the blue line, it's kept in. Here's a chance for Bernath. Bernath rips this one, and it just goes over and up and into the netting. It flies. We're going to get a stoppage of play. 7:21 to go in the second.
Both Bernath and Winger have been ever so close to getting their hat trick today. But I mean, you talk about Cash Wisniewski. What I really saw there especially, I mean, yeah, let's see the Bernath play right there. Goes just ever so slightly to the right. But Bernath almost getting a goal down low, pinching heavily. But the thing that you got to give credit to is that he had a man back and was able to do so. So really, the close opportunity there for Wisniewski. Not quite going to see that every day as a defenseman, to be that close to your opponent's net.
And so now here you're going to see the second power play unit coming out for the men in white. Back at the point, this one wrapped around as Hayden Joseph remains out there. Here Wisniewski. Wisniewski holds, waits for something to open up. Joseph deciding that he had enough of an open lane. He ripped it, somehow snuck through the traffic, just went a little bit wide and off the side of the net. Here's an opportunity for Fox. Fox gives it up. Secondary chance maybe for Fox right out in front as he tries to push this one forward past Hayden Giroux. Can't get it past that traffic, and it's cleared away by Findlay. It feels like this is really the first clear that we've had for Findlay. We play on as now coming out of the box is Somerville. An opportunity almost created that time for Giroux. Somerville fresh out the box, tried to rip a shot, but it hits off the stick of Colby Joseph right along that CCHA logo. This pass was going to go all the way up to number 12. That's Fox, but Fox unable to actually corral that one along the blue line. And now here creates a 2-on-1 for the men in blue. It's going to be Wilson with the puck on his stick. He'll rip the shot. Save made by Archer. It's loose, however, back into the slot. Wilson trying to get it back, but it looks like Bowling Green going to be able to clear once more as it'll just narrowly hit off the skate of Winger and clear. Findlay going to try to slow things down. We're back to 5-on-5 ice hockey as here Ryan Moss up trying to push that forward into Ethan Giroux's grasp. It'll just hop off of his stick. He'll try to fight for it back, but pushed way out of the neutral zone. That's going to be an icing as it goes all the way down off of Gavin Cramp.
So let's slow things down here a second, Vaughn, as this has just been a fast-paced, really hard collective go at it for the Bobcats. I mean, they've really just gone nonstop pedal to the metal this entire period as they'll go back just onto the south end of the slate, and we're going to continue along here. And we'll see what else is in store. Cramp to take the draws, it looks like here. He'll be going against Clark.
Yeah, and this time it'll be a tie-up off the draw as it'll end up onto the stick of Joseph. Joseph trying to get this up to Winger, as you already know. Winger trying to create something going the other way in transition. 5-0, the Bobcats already lead, but they're looking for more. Why wouldn't you against your big-time rival? Here, right in front of the Findlay crowd that is now sitting. They were standing until this one basically became a 4-goal game. Now, all the energy kind of taken out of that blue crowd. Right now, it's Ryan Moss. Ryan Moss immediately gives this one up right out in front. That time, Joseph tried to center it over to Winger. Now, Cramp trying to take this one over into the corner. Here is Cramp. Cramp to Joseph. Joseph frees it to Stazen, and Stazen rips this one as Cramp and Winger both trying to get rebound opportunities and out of his crease, but able to blow this one dead is the referee behind the net of Shively. And now, as you mentioned always, some extracurricular going on in front.
Well, Winger got a shove originally, I believe, just going against Biodino Bernardano or Woolham, but they keep going. Winger says to the bench, they keep going after my head. And that definitely, you got to take that seriously as a referee, and it looks like we will have someone be headed to the sit bin, and the crowd in white seems to just be growing by the second. It originally started at around the end of the Greenbrier sign. It's taken up almost the entire section, going all the way from the blue line to Juniper, and it looks like BG is going to be led on his Stu Smith power play once again.
Yeah, and Winger is probably asking if they can give a 5-minute here because there was that head contact, and you can tell as he looks back at the bench, he is motioning towards his head. He really wants that to be a 5-minute. He feels like he's been cheap shotted all night, and quite honestly, kind of has been, but now, Winger now heading into the box as well.
And it looks like he'll have some words of his own, but it's Clark and Winger who get sent to the box here, and this is going to be the first penalty assessed to Bowling Green. And I mean, it's not going to be, though, on a penalty kill exactly. You're going to have 4-on-4 hockey, but it looks like I wonder if they're giving Winger for the original shove, if that's why they're saying that he's going to the penalty box.
Perhaps. That feels like a little bit light, however, especially with the way this game has been called. A lot of physicality, which is typically what you'll see out of the referees here for this big-time rivalry games. They know what they signed up for, but to call Nolan Winger on kind of the light initial shove, that is a little surprising, but still, the head contact over on the other side from Clark, not going to end up as a 5. It'll be 2 on each. We'll see if this is kept as 5-on-5 or if that will indeed go as the 4-on-4. Currently, with both of those up onto the scoreboard, it would look like a 4-on-4.
Well, our score bug says 4-on-4. There's 1 penalty assessed to each team for 2 minutes on the big Jumbotron, which looks like the referee's assessing that we're going to be at center ice, but
and 5 guys out for each side. So it looks like we'll stick with full strength for both teams as the face-off will go to the face-off dot outside of the Findlay zone on the far side boards. Neither team looks exactly too content with the way this played out.
Well, exactly. I mean, both teams are a little not thrilled about what happened, but either way, Findlay's going to win it back, and they'll start their own breakout.
And here a pass that'll just about go nowhere all the way down the length of the ice, and easy icing to be whistled down by the men in stripes. Face-off going to go back up to the north side, and I'm sure the man not happy about that is going to be Patrick Shively.
Absolutely, and I mean, you look at him again, and the pressure that's already been on him from Bowling Green, and you know it's only going to go worse. And yeah, you can be positive you don't have Winger out on the ice, but you have someone much more deadly, or maybe even the same level. You don't even know. You're just looking at him and Bernath and realize you're in big trouble with either of them.
Here Joseph sending this over to Bernath. Bernath shakes off Somerville. Bernath waits for a lane to open up, and he'll give it off to Chatfield at the opposite point. He'll rip this one, trying to get that one through past Loomis as Loomis tried to get a tip away, but it cannot sneak its way through here. Loomis on another shot, and a glove save made by the new man in net, Patrick Shively.
Shively gets the save off Loomis and got close, but really got a difficult situation, and that was a really close one at it, but, you know, able to flash the leather like Archer has been all night.
Yeah, we'll see this face-off coming to the near side face-off dot. We'll see if Bowling Green able to put one more through. Honestly, in the game that I paid attention to yesterday in the form of University School in Shaker Heights, my former high school, it was a big-time second period that really blew Shaker Heights out of the water, unfortunately for myself. But here at the far side point, Findlay going to try to work to clear it off the backhand. Instead, kept in by Colby Joseph for an extra second. It will just take a slow glide out past the blue line, so needing to touch up in the neutral zone are the Bobcats. Here Colby Joseph trying to take this one back. He's also on the score sheet in case he didn't have enough. Here in the Findlay side, this one going to go to Monica Kerwin. She sends this one up over to Draven Wilson. Wilson can't get it past his own bench boards as he's bumped off the play, but instead the captain will push down Colby Joseph as well. He's trying to make his physical presence known as he tries to send down Hunter, I believe, on the near side corner. Now skating this one up on the far side, left wing. Here's Bernath, sandwiched between a couple of Trojans, taking the shot, this time in a secondary chance. And the net comes out of place as too much contact comes into the crease.
And what a play at that one to keep it going, and just really standing tall though is Shively, and really been kind of a momentum changer for Findlay, really keeping them in their zone. But either way, both teams will clean house fully, as looks like we could be back to full strength any minute now.
And here Gavin Cramp to take this face-off. Over to his right side is going to be Maxey. Over to his left, we're going to be finding Hayden Joseph. Nolan Winger still in the box for the next couple of moments. On the other side, Jaron Clark. Here Wisniewski, not allowing that to end up into his side for too long. He'll scoop that one up and clear, and now he'll wait in his own side, and he will clear it once more. Here Mac Archer pushes this one past Hayden Joseph. Why not find Wisniewski? Once again, the captain holds. The captain gives it up to Maxey. Maxey is going to be intercepted immediately that time by number 8, Ethan Giroux, but he mishandles it, and he's forced to retreat behind the net of Shively. He'll put that up along the glass, steered back deep behind the net of Shively and into the corner. Bumped right off the play. Here is Maxey. Maxey taking a big time tumble off the contact. And we retreat along the red line of center ice. Wisniewski waits. He'll push this past Meyer. And now here a big time hit out of Gavin Cramp. Cramp said, no, thank you. Get out of my way. I want this puck right back. So between the blue line, pulled all the way forward. Back into the south side we end up. Here with the defenseman, Cash Wisniewski. Banked off the near side boards. It'll go back over. A lot of back and forth in possession right now. Neither team exactly able to put sustained pressure into their O zone, but Chatfield says, well, why not we get something going here, as he will put this one on net from behind his own blue line, but once again, Findlay will clear it right back out. Here's Draven Wilson. Wilson along his own bench saying hi to the teammates. He'll lift this one forward and into the O zone, but as you know it, once again, this one cleared quite quickly. 2:10 left to go here in the second period. Around the boards we go. It'll go to Hayden Joseph's stick. He'll wait on the far side face-off dot and now lift this one forward as he's trying to misdirect number 28, Jackson Fletcher. And Bowling Green with physicality will push this one forward into the zone. But Findlay, will they be able to clear quickly once more? Well, it'll hit off of the stick of Bernath. Again, your two-time goal scorers. Here, a big hit laid right onto the BG bench. Has taken a tumble right into the opponent was Cameron Witt. And now, with 101 seconds left to go, 141 showing up on the scoreboard, it looks like both Winger and Clark will be released from the sin bin.
And I believe it was one of those situations where, yes, it was considered a 2-minute, but they couldn't go onto the ice until after the whistle when the play had expired. So we're finally going to see him here again. But, you know, either way, what a hit by Bernath to get him on White. Send him into next week right by the Bowling Green forwards.
Yeah, White, you could see his skates way up into the air. That was a huge hit laid by London Bernath. Yes, he is a goal scorer, but he decided to lay the body that time as we keep it going here. 90 seconds left to go here in the second period as it's picked up on the far side corner boards. Holding him up, DiBernardino. Hunter fighting to get this one back. He'll push that up. Bernath taking it up the left wing, says hey to the referee and skates right on by. Why not the other referee as well as he gets tangled up a little bit. Contact that time around. 75 seconds left to go. Here, trying to rip that one was Martin. Now pushed up Colby Joseph into the slot. He's unable to actually pull the trigger away. DiBernardino tried to corral that one back along the blue line. Now sent way up. All the way through the neutral zone. The referee's still struggling to get out of the way of the play, but right now Findlay going to try to slow things down. No, they send this one up to White. Again, the man that had that hit just moments ago, Wilson, sandwiched between two Bobcats into the far side face-off circle. He was unable to stick with it. The Bobcats cleared it quickly. And now this will just barely be offside. An extra little shove from Colby Joseph, but yeah, bringing that one in a little bit too prematurely was Hunter Woolham.
Exactly. I mean, that's how you'd want to describe it. A little premature, but either way, this is going back against it. Looks like just Bowling Green ever so slightly, but either way, what Findlay has to do is they have to try to at least notch one heading into the third period. What Bowling Green has to do is just play conservative hockey and not give up any too big of risks and just try to go into the third knowing they are still very well carrying the momentum.
And the big time thing is they're not changing their identity just yet. They're still looking for goals. Guys, here comes Nolan Winger. He tries to center it back, but Gavin Kremp way out near the blue line as he was unable to exactly corral that. It was way up front. And now here 3 Bobcats, 2 Trojans battling for the puck possession here on the near side board scrum. Findlay pushes that up. On the backhand, that time from Somerville, the alternate captain, as he pushed that one forward. The Bobcats clear it away, and all the way down the ice it will go as we will get the icing with just about 10 seconds left to go in this second period.
That's exactly right. A little more than 10 seconds, just ever so slightly here, but either way, Bowling Green's going to be a little deep here on their end, but what you can see here is just the opportunities that await. You're going to keep this one going as looks like Cramp's going to be taking the draw for BG, and then it'll be the number 23 of Somerville for Findlay.
And Somerville has it on his stick, trying to get that up to the blue line. With the outstretched stick, Matt Archer keeps it in, and now here's a secondary chance. Trying to rip that shot was Draven Wilson, but the horn will blow as time expires here on the middle frame. What a period.
Exactly, what a period indeed. Both big for Bernath and Winger, and keeping their hot streaks going, and Bowling Green just being ever so more knowing how to shoot the puck and find the back of the net.
And we will see if Bernath and Winger can close out a hat trick. We saw Winger do it last time on Thursday night. We'll see maybe Bernath can get his big time hat trick, but that's all for the third period, and we will be back for coverage of that. We'll also be back for the replay, but thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. Alongside me, Dan Ridenauer. 5-0 your score as the home team, the Bowling Green Bobcats, lead it over the Findlay Trojans.
At Bowling Green State University, we're a public university for the public good. A nationally ranked research university, we create public good through our graduates who lead and our collective pursuit of impact in Ohio and beyond. Founded in the Midwest, we never shy away from hard work. We embrace our responsibility to do good. We're proud to have state in our name. It's who we are, always striving forward. Always a public university, always for the public good.
A bold approach to engineering. At Bowling Green State University, our engineering degrees fuse the science of traditional engineering with technology and hands-on skills. This combination is what employers are looking for in the up-and-coming fields of robotics, advanced manufacturing, and systems engineering. It's why our graduates find jobs and why BGSU stands out. Don't just get a degree. Secure your future at BGSU.
There's a reason Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in Ohio for student experience. Our in-demand degrees and life design program prepare students for their first career and their next. With an unparalleled support system at a national research university, BGSU offers an unrivaled experience, all on a vibrant campus in one of America's best college towns. It's also why Bowling Green State University is the #1 school in the Midwest that students would choose again for the 4th year in a row.
So here we are back at the Madhouse on Mercer, and that was a madhouse indeed. Quick goal there just to get it right away. Gets that one past of Flanagan and then just finds the back of the net, none other than Bernath. And then you see just a hot streak going here, moving in and then along, and that's going to be a big-time goal. That would be the 5th one to keep it going, and then just right back and then sets that one straight in a rough go at it today. It has been for the Findlay Trojans. You see another one, just Flanagan, though. Almost got that one past to his winger to get his hat trick, but either way, winger would find it again with Bernath. The two have been a tandem, that one being scored by Bernath right on the corner. He's been finding that top right for the last few games, and he gets another one there with it. And then right as Joseph gets the tip, and another close call as there would be a substitution of net Patrick Shively in for the Findlay Trojans, but we're still seeing Kellen Archer for Bowling Green.
Honestly, just plenty of good bounces that it went exactly the way that the Bobcats needed. This could easily be just about an 8-goal game if just a couple of inches didn't matter. And so now here we are, Bernath and Winger, both phenomenal games, both multi-goal games in back-to-back games. And so we'll see if they're actually able to tack on a third here, as just plenty of opportunities. Nolan Winger specifically had one called back, unfortunately not in his favor. We also saw plenty of big hits continuing to roll. Bowling Green getting a little bit more physical specifically as well, though we saw Findlay start things out physical. Bowling Green has worked more into this rivalry matchup.
Absolutely. Findlay's been the team to start out physical, but Bowling Green has had no trouble at all matching their intensity as the whiteout for Bowling Green grows and multiplies. Findlay student section looking to continue along and regain their own momentum as both teams will hit the ice, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. This is WBGU Sports Flex on YouTube. At the Madhouse on Mercer, we welcome you to Rivalry Night Hockey here on Sports Flex. I'm Dan Reinauer, joined alongside Vaughn Olam, and here we are, Vaughn. 17 more minutes to go in what has been a juggernaut for Bowling Green.
Yeah, Bowling Green dominant, more so after those first 3 minutes. Looked like this game could be a completely different narrative. We saw Findlay come out pushing on hits and really just playing the man instead of the puck, and so they were coming out and just playing just so much more aggressive. But we see Bowling Green eventually would just come back in their own side in their home rink, and they decided that they were going to own the scoreboard.
And not only have they been a bunch of jokers tonight, they've been the thief of Findlay, trying to break their win streak, looking for win number 5 after beating Team Ohio, Benedictine, Walsh Jesuit, and then St. John's. That game was BG Bobcat Hockey on YouTube, called by Vaughn and myself. As this one goes right back, it'll be Giroux looking for some options ahead. Going to be broken out, though, by Wilson on the right side. He's got Hunter in front. The shot that's taken right back and saved by Archer. The play will continue along, and Archer going to have it on the right side, looking for a pass out, taken by Wilson, and then it goes through once again. To the corner, Wisniewski will pick it up, and we'll have a different story as Bowling Green will continue their breakout here. Winger drops that pass over to Joseph and then tries to find Cramp a little too far, and that'll be an icing.
Yeah, you were just mentioning how we both called that game just a couple days ago at the Huntington Center between St. John's and Bowling Green, and it was really important to note in that game that Bowling Green never lost their identity. We've talked a lot about if Bowling Green is going to come out here and play more defensive throughout this third period. I really do not think so. They definitely didn't against St. John's. Even though they have these big-time leads, they stick to their guns and they play the quick game. They stick with their forwards that they know can really put something together, and they don't let back.
And a 2-on-1 going. It's Joseph and Loomis. Loomis the shot. Save made. Out of reach for Joseph as that one goes to the corner, and we'll be back for it again. That's going to be Moss with it. He finds the pass, and now the open opportunity through the stick of Clark. That one finds its way to the corner and then drawn back for Unstazen. He's going to look for some options away, and then that one still following through to the corner as Joseph's trying to battle there as well. As the play continues on and still goes, The fight to the corner, ever so present, out to Joseph. He's now has it. Bowling Green looking for a bit of a line change here, not going to find it. Colby Joseph looking for his second of the night, as that one's going to be off the blocker of Shively, and now goes out. Maxie's going to be the one to chase it away through for Bowling Green.
Yeah, Colby Joseph that time around saw that Winger and Bernath both had a multi-goal game. He wanted to add his name to the score sheet.
And right in front, here comes a shot. That's going to be D'Abernardano, and that one knocked away by Archer. So it goes again. Ernsthazen behind the net, going to be battling for it for Bowling Green, as they need to find some options here, but that's going to be dumped right in for Tia Garden, who will take it over, but now Bernath has it to the corner. Going to get it away, though, from White, and now the play continues. It's Bernath. Here he comes on the left side. Still going relentless. Bernath to make a move. He gets it, and there's the hat trick! London Bernath!
Bernath doing it all by himself that time around. We'll get a look at the replay in just a second here. Man, oh man, did he put that perfectly all the way through the zone, and that's exactly what we needed out of London Bernath. Here's your look at that. As London Bernath takes it out past the left wing, completely moves around number 2 Hayden Giroux, moves fully around the body of number 88 Patrick Shively, and pops that one through. He does it, he starts it, he finishes it off.
For a second I thought he waited too long, but no, he didn't. He had perfect timing on that, and he will make it a 6-0 game and just expand the lead even more so. As that one's going to be dumped in for Bowling Green. That's Jay Connor as it falls through to the corner. Cohen Long going to be there, and now the play will continue along. Taken right back out again, and it continues as this one will go again. The play still fighting for it. To the corner is Long, as Long will find it out to Maxie. Maxie's got a couple on him, but he's still waiting. Loses possession. On gets it back, though, as that was drawn away from Somerville. So this one's going to go again. It looks like Martin's going to clear that one away. Kerwin will have it. Kerwin, though, going to be battling, just trying to get it past Fox, as that one falls to the corner, and the play will continue ever so slightly, as now behind the net, that's going to be the number 20 of Martin. As Martin gets it to Winger, just past him though, and now that's going to go out to Joseph. Joseph at the Falcon. There's a whistle blown, and we might see a high stick coming up.
Yeah, we'll see who we get nabbed on this one. Looks like, oh, for a second I thought it'd be Cray. I'm not sure anyone knows who it is.
I believe, Winger tried to bat it down. I wonder if his stick was ever too high, but you look here. Oh, that's what they're going to do. It believes there could be a cross-check, and they'll call that one on Hayden Fox, because he kind of just got him from behind, and Bowling Green will be on the penalty kill.
Yeah, Fox couldn't believe it. He was already back on the bench. He had no idea that he had to take the whole trip over cross ice to head over the sin bin.
As we wait for it here. It goes back along, and you'll wait for it. The fight still continues in the corner. It's 3-on-1. Findlay really using the opportunity for a man advantage. Wilson trying to ride the line. He'll get that one over to Somerville. Somerville down below. Had it for a second. Winger the clear as this one goes the length of the ice. And Bowling Green will just ride the line.
Bowling Green really going to work hard to get this shutout for their man in the crease, and that's Kellen Archer. Kellen Archer with a couple of phenomenal saves throughout today. We'll see if he can close it out, but this penalty kill would be a big-time thing if they can get that going.
And Chatfield, it looks like he kept it in ever barely off the glass, but it then hit off the glove there just on the number 7 of Mac Archer, but the referee's still going to blow the whistle. There shouldn't be a hand pass there, considering he was the one who touched it right after.
Yeah, no, I'm confused by that stoppage of play, but nevertheless, we go right outside Archer's zone.
So the play continues along, and it's going to be another clear for Bowling Green. Around almost halfway done with the Bowling Green penalty kill, as this is going to be another one through. Past Wilson. Winger gets a streak going. Going to have to beat Archer. Winger in for it. Scores! Nolan Winger! And that's hat trick part 2.
Perfect scenes out of Nolan Winger. As we mentioned before, Bernath on his hat trick goal. He came in and he did it all by himself. Nolan Winger saw that as a challenge. Anything you can do, I can do better. Nolan Winger on the breakaway pops that in, and that is just beautiful out of number 8, and he celebrates there as he heads back over to the fans section on the far side. Beautiful scenes out of both Bernath and Winger. Great performances, and it's a 7-0 game.
I mean, you better believe it. When you talk about a team like Bowling Green, I mean, you look at the kind of numbers they've put up. Benedictine, they score 9. They score 10 against St. John's. They score 10 against Amherst. And then they'll get number 7 against the Findlay Trojans. Really changing the narrative. The last one in the cube. Only 2 goals scored, or 3 goals, excuse me. 2 by Findlay, 1 by Bowling Green. As a play in there is knocked away by Archer. That was Jaron Clark. As that one's behind it, another save by Archer. Not going to go through. There was Fletcher, and now the pushing and shoving begins.
And this is what I'm talking about. You're going to be seeing Bowling Green really fight extra hard to keep this puck out of the net. They might be up by 7, but you really want Archer to get this big-time shutout against a big-time rival. And right now you can see, even with the extracurriculars after the whistle, you're seeing that this team is feeling the emotions. They're feeling the intensity, even though Bowling Green is on the penalty kill still after the shorthanded chance.
And so you'll wait for it again here. You continue the play going, and Findlay doesn't have a defenseman on the right side. A miscommunication with the line change. The center not aware. Once the center goes in to take the draw, the ref's going to drop it. Anyways, it goes right back. Looking for a play here. That's going to be Clark. Clark with the hit as this one goes back for Bowling Green, and that's going to be played on Shively.
Yeah, and Clark got a little banged up that time. You could see him closing his eyes as he went back over to the bench. Just a tough little physical play. He was the guy laid off the bench in that play.
Wilson the shot. Save made right on Archer as this one goes back. 3 seconds now remain currently on the Fox penalty. 2-on-2 into the corner, trying to find the options as now Fox is going to be broken out, and there we go to the corner.
You know he's excited to join into this play. A lot of physicality and a lot of quick hockey. He's happy to get out of the box.
And that will go up to the netting, and Vaughn, what a period it's been.
Indeed. I mean, we're not even halfway through the period, not even close. 11:42 to go in this third and final frame. And right now, as we're getting a full new set of 5 out there for both teams, man, the energy has just amped up like crazy, especially for the home side. You can see over there for the Findlay student section, that is just about cleared out. But all of those guys in white on the far side, man, they are still up on their feet, and they are cheering on their team. Because why? They're winning 7-0.
And what a feat to have nonetheless. Goes back to the corner and we'll look along. Meyer was there for a second, but it looks like this will have to go back. Bernath has it behind the net. He's wrapped around right. Looking for Loomis and Joseph. He's going to keep it on his stick. He finds the opening. Bernath going in. Still keeps it open. The puck goes to the far side. Chased away. That'll be by Tia Garden. Kept in the zone, though, by Martin as it continues on and then falls to the neutral zone as Hunter's just going to send it right back like a plate of cold food.
Man, this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Bowling Green just continues to apply the pressure, continues to push Shively back. Shively now giving up 2 here on this third period. And looking for another one that time was Colby Joseph, as he wants to really tack another on and join into the multi-goal club.
A close wraparound there, right on Shively, as that's going to be unfortunate for them, but either way, the play continues on and will still go. And it looks like Loomis and Bernath will head off. They're going to put Long and Fox out there in replacement.
I would typically call this a big-time face-off. Bowling Green and a great opportunity once again to add some sustained pressure, even though this one cleared out pretty quickly, and another icing here on Findlay. But yeah, Bowling Green on the other side of the ice just continues to put up, and they've proven that they can get goals in any way, shape, or form, whether it be in a breakaway on the penalty kill, whether it be on a power play, whether it be something in a sustained pressure setup situation, or something fully created in transition. This team has proven that they can do it all, and we saw with the amount of goals that they have put up in the past couple of weeks that this offense is relentless and can push through no matter the opponent.
100% correct in that assertion, as this one falling through and then back again. 10:30 remaining in the third period, and we'll go for another one. Right out to center past Maxey. in front. This one goes, and that's going to be played by Giroux as this keeps it going. A 2-on-1. Fox has it in his possession. Tries to go to Maxey. Knocked away by Giroux as this one falls back to the corner. And then Long looking for somewhere to go. It goes to Hunter. He gets it across the red line, and they'll continue along here. Findlay going to get some line changes, and Nolan Winger will go out onto the ice for Bowling Green.
Got to tell you, it is good to see Jake Hunter out there, especially after he went down for an extended period of time earlier in the second. It's good to just see him up on his feet and doing the little things right.
It sure is, and we're going to be back to square two almost, if you will, and just where you're looking to see what's possible if you're Bowling Green. A little over 7 minutes through, you've already seen 2 hat tricks.
Yeah, I mean, Nolan Winger out there right now, he might want to add on a 4th and make the goal differential his jersey number on the back. Well, we'll see if he can get that done.
Chatfield goes behind, finds Winger, goes out to Ernstasen. His shot is blocked by Wilson. Chatfield though to recover. A breakaway coming up for no, that's not. That's knocked right back away. Somerville had one. The save's made. Somerville down. 23 on 23. There's now another shot on Archer, and that's a save made. Somerville though gets the fall back, and Archer gonna hold his crease.
Man, a lucky bounce that time off the shaft of the stick for Kellen Archer. That just took an awkward bounce, and it capes out. Here with just about 9.5 to go, Archer continues to stand tall. He's not letting down anything. He's keeping his foot on the gas here.
And we'll wait for what's next. But what's current is a save made by Archer. Somerville against Winger for the puck. One back for Findlay as that's going to go to Moss. Moss just going to clear that one around, and it goes to Wilson, who's now looking for some options, and that will bounce back to the corner. Winger going to find it away, and now this one's going to glue along as there was Cramp there trying to find an opening. He couldn't quite find it. So there it goes, and then back again. Just a close opportunity missed by Giroux, and you'll wait for another one here. As behind is Kerwin. One back by Joseph looking for some options. He's going to find some room as Kerwin loses the puck. That one's on Shively, and a close one, and that's in. The ref says no, and no.
We could see that one on the goal line. They thought for sure that one snuck on in. Coach is not happy for Bowling Green. It's not exactly like they needed the goal to change this game, but still surprising outcome as we get the no-goal call.
Well, Coach Rogo says it's in, but either way, this one goes back. It's Cramp. His shot off the blocker of Shively, and that's going to be drawn back for Winger. Loose puck away, taken back for Findlay, as that one's going to be the pass across and then go to Giroux. And then the shot right off the glass. That there was Clark as it continues onward. A 3-on-1 as now Bowling Green going to get it, tries to go to Winger, and then is through to Tia Garden. Tia Garden going to get it across, and that one's cleared in. But it looks like here Bowling Green will have it in Chatfield. Who's going to wait? Chatfield just bounces it. Cramp to be the one to take that one in. And the play refuses to subside as this one's going to go, and now a breakout pass going to Diabernodano as he's going to get hit harshly. And then right at center is Hunter. Hunter going to try to clear that one in, and the play will be taken back. And it looks like Bowling Green will get a line change of their own. This right in front was Bernath. Kerwin tried to get it there, and now it goes to the corner, and that's going to be battled through for White. Taken through. Back again, the save's made by Archer, and we will go. And here it continues along as that one's going to be just right past of Joseph. It looks like it'll be kept on the stick of Diabernodano. He still has it, gets it passed through, and then to the corner will be Hunter, who is battling against White for that puck, but Bowling Green will win it with 7:15 remaining in the period. As this one wraps around, Bernath waiting for his options, trying to see where he can go. And this one goes out to Joseph, not able to clear that one in, however. So we will continue, and that's past Wilson, though, as Findlay now going to be forced into a predicament to try to clear this one in. As it goes, Wisniewski gets the pass out and then through. We continue onward as that play trying to get intercepted. There is Loomis going against Wilson for it. Joseph has it on his stick right here, going to wait, and then goes to Wisniewski, and it continues on with Bernath, excuse me.
Yeah, Bernath taking this one away. As he moves this one forward, he has just been lights out here tonight. Not your typical performance out of Bernath, as this has just been something special as he gets a real big shove out in the far side corner boards, and he's going to share some words with that captain, Draven Wilson.
And Bernath going to do as he should. He just points right to the scoreboard, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up against either Findlay or Bowling Green. The referee's, though, going to take none other than the captain, Draven Wilson, the 6'2 senior.
Yeah, Draven Wilson, of course, the captain. The captain typically going to be the guy that they try to look towards that that represents an example. Here, a shove here in the neutral zone as Somerville took down a man, and he looked right to the referee. He said, hey, how about this?
Well, and definitely taking advantage of the referees being lenient, but either way, Bowling Green's objective coming into today was to freeze Findlay, and I'll tell you what, seeing how this game has gone, they have frozen the Trojans.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, these Trojans are clearly knocked off of their game. They're now getting clearly chippy, as you would call it. I mean, you're seeing just some extra pushes and shoves that are just too much for the referees to exactly let go, and Somerville going to get off with this one, even with that shove in the neutral zone. Even though the play was fully dead, the referees even let that one go. Coaches, you already know, they're not exactly happy with it.
He's got 2 penalties already today. Will we see a third from Somerville?
Let's go, Kobe!
The crowd still on their feet. Findlay, not too much to be excited for, just fighting for it here. Joseph to take the draw. He's going against Jaron Clark. That one back for the Bobcats as it goes behind. There's Fox. He gets it to the corner and waiting for some more options. He goes up to Wisniewski. Wisniewski walks the line for just a second, goes over to Chatfield. That play taken back to the corner as Fox is going to get hit by Archer and continues on, and then it goes out. So there's Wisniewski waiting for a shot. He's got one on him, just not quite able to squeeze that one past Clark. Kerwin, though, going to lose the puck, gives it up, and that one's cleared out, and then to the neutral zone past Chatfield as this one continues on.
Yeah, trying to intercept that just at the point. Chatfield, all these defensemen here today for the Bowling Green Bobcats have done really, really well at keeping this in at the point there. Just a little bit of miscommunication.
And Chatfield waiting for it. Still in the neutral zone. A bit of a breakaway coming up for Findlay. That's going to be Fletchner, and he's going to get tripped up. And the save made by Archer, and they're calling a penalty shot.
And that's pretty fair if they indeed do stick with that. I mean, Archer, however, a little bit slow to get up. It looks like sharing a couple of words with him, however, was number 28, Jackson Fletchner. But Archer's going to need to get back up onto his feet. This is going to be a big-time play. Yeah, let's get the replay look at that.
Looks like Fox gets in there, and then it's eventually Chatfield who trips him up from behind, and then we're going to have a situation here, and let's see what happens. I'm going to lay out, introduce the shot, lay out while he's going this. So here it goes. Fletchner got tripped up. The junior forward on the penalty kill for the Trojans, looking to get past Archer. It's man-on-man, mano-y-mano. 20 miles separate these schools. Here comes Fletchner right at the Falcon. And a save made by Archer.
Unbelievable scenes from Kellen Archer, as you can hear the womp womp sound going out here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. Kellen Archer, once again, just give him his flowers. Jackson Fletchner didn't really get too unpredictable. He just walked into the slot, really, just ripped a shot, and Kellen Archer said, really? That's all you got? And he gloves this one up, and this one's still a 7-0 game.
And it seems like there's not really a happy medium when it comes to a shootout attempt like that. It's either too much of a deke, you don't even hit the net, or it's just not enough where the goalie doesn't have to really move. It's just difficult to find that happy medium, and Bowling Green will save the puck with 1:08 left, and the Findlay penalty and a save by Archer. The quick shot away by Biggs. As now Winger's going to have it right on the right side, keeping this one in, looking. He finds a drop back, and that one goes to Bernath, and then going to be banked away again. Continuing on, Winger holds it in the zone, and he's going to take the opening. Winger coming in, his shot wide to the left. That was a harsh one as this one goes, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty coming against Loomis of Bowling Green.
Yeah, just too much of a cross-check there along the near side post of Shively's net. And I mean, just an unfortunate look that time for Loomis, as it was a great opportunity there to try to convert on another chance. As keep in mind, Draven Wilson was still in the box for the next 45 seconds, but Loomis just letting the rivalry get a little too physical in that time. Just the shove will put this face-off all the way back into Kellen Archer's side.
And saying it wasn't me, but here we'll go. 5:08 left, 45 seconds of a 4-on-4, and then Findlay will get a power play.
Yeah, honestly, it's a great chance for Findlay. Of course, you got these next 45 seconds of 4-on-4, but then if they can try to make something happen, a lot of open ice for them. They just want to really end this Kellen Archer shutout if they can. Take something positive out of this.
And right in the corner, you found it from Clark. He's not going to go anywhere. Clark gets taken up, and there will be no call. Bernath looking for the breakout here. A lot of open ice back to the neutral zone, though. That's one back for Findlay, as that will be Somerville, who gets the pass back over to Archer, and then in front of the student section, Bowling Green gets it on their feet and continues. That's Joseph going in. Noah's Winger. Winger, his shot, and a save made by Shively. So into it goes. The breakout will begin, as that's going to be Somerville with it. Takes it wide to the left. The puck will wrap around. There's Wisniewski with it. And you just got to hold on. 5 seconds, 4 seconds remain in the Wilson penalty.
It just really shows you where Bowling Green's head's at. You really only have one defenseman out there in Wisniewski. You got Bernath, you got Joseph, and you got Winger all out there. We'll see if that changes up now, as now they're on the penalty kill.
As that's going to be cleared away by Bernath, and there it goes. Winger is shot, save made by Shively, and it goes back to the corner, and we'll continue onward here as this will be cleared and out. So there goes Wilson going against Wisniewski, going to take the puck away, and that's another clear. Winger going to be mild on the forecheck, but he's going to look to hold on to it, as he'll just clear that one in and then take a step back, as he had Tia Garden right on him. A freshman defenseman kind of pinching, but either way, here comes Wilson. His shot taken away. Here comes Winger. He's got some daylight ahead in front. Scores! Nolan Winger!
Winger. Man, this guy has had half of the goals here tonight. Had a hat trick. Why not some more? Why not add some more salt into the wound? In a rivalry matchup, Winger says, I have not had enough. 3:40 to go in this one, and he continues to make it happen, as it just took an awkward bounce off the boards. He evaded Archer, and he was able to take that to the forehand. Shively just could not let that one be stopped in his crease, and as a result, man, 8-0. Was that a result we were expecting? Of course not.
Yeah, that's insane, but I mean, you look at the kind of games they've had. They've scored 8 or more goals in the past 3 or 4 games. I mean, if you think about it, St. John's, Benedictine, both were, I mean, Benedictine was 9-0, St. John's 10. Now you get 8. I mean, unbelievable, as BG just continues their strong performance. 14 seconds remain on the Loomis penalty, and it looks like all might be lost for Findlay.
Honestly, I mean, Bowling Green, it just really feels like this is a different team than what we even saw just a couple of weeks ago when they played Findlay. I mean, Bowling Green has found whatever this momentum is, and they have ran with it. And these games that you're mentioning, these opponents in Findlay, in Walsh Jesuit, as they played just a little bit ago, these are teams that are good teams, and they continue to just roll through, and they have dominated and had these multi-goal wins. This is a huge statement win, especially against their big rival.
And that one kept in by Hunter, and then it takes it back the other way. Chatfield keeps it in front. Bernath has some daylight, but he's got Colby Joseph with him. He's taken back by Kerwin, and then that one broken up, as that's going to be Diaberno Dono, who had the puck for a second, but then Hunter going to lay down and gets it going. Loomis to have it. Has some daylight, just going to choose to dump that one in, as Bernath, the lone Bobcat, and then gets Joseph in for support. As it looks like Bernath will look to head off the ice, and he's going to have, looks like Long with him. As Long with the hit. What a hit he'll get. And now the momentum will carry over and continue on, and the play will just be standing tall. He's got around 2 minutes remaining in the third period, still fighting by the Findlay bench, as this one goes behind, and now the play's looking to get broken out. and that will be Chatfield. Maxey, though, he's going to get tried to be shoved back by the neutral zone, and then the breakout will begin. Right back out, though, that attempt tried by Somerville, but he can't get anywhere. He's going to have it on the far side, misses the puck, and an icing for Findlay.
Yeah, you can just see that Findlay right now is just playing so much slower. It's just so much more intensity from Bowling Green, and they're continuing to play physical. The Bobcats continue to lay the body, continue to just play their quick game. Their identity is shown through all periods, every moment they have come out. For Findlay, however, you can just tell they're starting to slow things down. The passes aren't connecting as they were in the first and second. Just the hope, as you mentioned, is just kind of lost, and you can see it in their play.
Yeah, you sure can, but we're going to wait right here and see if another one's on the way off the post. It scores! Bowling Green!
Can you believe this? 9-0. This is nothing like what we saw in that last game. And here it looks like Loomis got the final touches. He'll be first in line to the fist bumps on the bench. And man, oh man, Loomis just adding his name to the goal sheet. He saw his line mate, Colby Joseph, put something up earlier. He says, hey, you know, it's 8-0. Why not make it 9-0? I got a little in me as well, even though we only have 90 seconds left to go.
Well, there you'll have it for Bowling Green, as that goes back for Wisniewski. Trying to find some opening as he'll have it behind and then going to get this one wrapped around and takes it away again. So there you go to Giroux. Keeps the puck waiting, just barely able to get that past Fletcher, and then in front. Martin to get the play going. Here it goes as that one drawn past. They had Bernath with him, but is not able to find it. So here it goes in. Bernath able to make a move. Gets that on net. Shively the save, and a minute to go. Wisniewski able to try to keep that one in. Almost found by behind. D'Abernardano heavy on the rush, but Martin going to just dump that puck back in, and Bowling Green going to be in a similar situation. As here we'll go again. Bowling Green going to keep the rush going. This play is going to be ever so slight, but there's going to be Wisniewski behind as he'll get this puck in and then takes it right back. There it goes to the corner, and so it looks like Wisniewski just going to try to dump this one out and then away. And it looks like this one's just going to go right back, and there it goes from Moss, gets a play going. Ernsthazen to Moss, and then it's just going to go to the corner. And they're going to call an icing on that. Looks like Findlay has been frozen.
Yeah, Findlay has just been completely lost in this third period. I mean, they came in, it was, what, a 5-0 game when we entered into this third and final period. And if we're going to leave this one a 9-0 game, this is a real kick to the stomach if you are a Trojan fan. I mean, you are leaving this one with just the most sour taste in your mouth. We mentioned pregame how Bowling Green maybe had a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth. Well, they're definitely playing like it.
Surely are. As this is going to go to the corner, and it looks like Bowling Green will remain victorious. Wisniewski, Chatfield, and Archer the shutout, and Bowling Green wins it.
Bowling Green, lights out. You have two guys with one goal each. You got Bernath with a hat trick, but you also got Nolan Winger with 4 goals. I mean, this was just 100% dominant out of Bowling Green. I mentioned earlier, maybe the first 3 minutes belonged to Findlay. They came out pushing and shoving. But after that, man, it never came back over to the men in blue. It was all Bobcat hockey in their student section, amped up. Kellen Archer with a big-time shutout and just an offensive performance to remember.
As we get the handshake line going, Archer going to be the one in line, followed by Bingham and Nagel. But here you have it. 9-0 is your score for Bowling Green as they get the victory here. The shutout victory, mind you, at home at the Madhouse in Mercer. And what a madhouse it has been. We're going to have BGSU Club Hockey on YouTube followed up. That's going to be on a separate channel. We'll have the call for that. But beyond this, thank you so much, SportsFlex viewers, for making this possible. Thank you to our entire production crew as well. Thank you to Vaughn for being my color commentator today. And thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been SportsFlex on YouTube as we go. I'm Dan Ridenour signing off, and I got 2 words for you. Game over.